everybody. Clearing. Okay, so today is going to be how was your Twin Flames New Year's? So let's see how the DMs New Year's went. There's a mystery card from a different deck. Queen of Cups, psychic, intuitive. So there's the divine feminine energy all up in the New Year's of divine masculines without even intending. Oh, and look at that. We got the King of Cups showing with the Ace of Cups and that weird Queen of Cups. Okay, that's the love. That's the unconditional love. And that was just like there. Anyways. Interesting stuff the cards do sometimes. I think since I've been on YouTube 3 times, strange cards have manifested. Oh, and then we have separation at the bottom of the deck. So that's the first message. Your divine masculine was definitely aware of your presence, aware of the unconditional love. But let's see. So how was the divine masculine's New Year's? Higher guidance, the high priest. Look at this Buddha in meditation. So, yay, divine masculines. Some spent time alone just meditating. That is absolutely beautiful. So whether they were with others or on their own, they were channeling cosmic wisdom, divine guidance, higher guidance. They were looking for their peace within their own lives. Very New Year's resolution type energy, but just this crossing over with leaving all things in the past to start fresh is what I'm getting. What else can we see here? Getting 2 cards out with the Great Wheel, divine intervention. Oh, and surrendering to divine will. So, wow, 8 of Orbs in the reverse. This is the trapped and powerless. They want to come out of the limited thinking, holding back. They want to come out of that stalemate that they have in their own brain. And so they really don't want to go into 2023 with this limited view of life and love. I just heard makes me want to cry. So a lot of them sincerely prayed that the hand of the divine come in and direct their lives so that they don't recreate this stuck energy anymore. Beautiful divine masculines. Okay, what can we see for how this was emotionally experienced by the divine masculines? Wow. Another look at this disco ball. It looks like the countdown energy. It says Earth, and this is like the World card. So this is this very internal desire for wholeness on a personal level that comes from spiritual sovereignty and going straight to source, not looking for it external. So very introverted energy, whether they were in public or not. Some may have overindulged and buffered out the world. Some may have spent time with friends, but there's an energy of attunement. And then for some, they spent it completely alone, meditating and closing out the world so that they could have this rite of passage with the divine. What can we see for conscious mind, divine masculines, going across this? Practice and expand. So we have meditation, we've got even yoga here, but expanding the consciousness, really looking at the confines of the 3D paradigms, the material realm, and this higher intervention. Oh, I just heard my divine feminine is in such a happy place, a divinely guided place, a spiritual place. How do I get there from here? How do I reach them? How do I reach that level? This is a true leap of faith energy I'm feeling here. So they know that they want to commit to a practice of expansion, of conscious expansion. And this with the yoga could be that they physically want to harmonize the mind and body and soul, emotions, consciously. So for some, they may be setting intentions to get more in tune with their body, their own perspective, their own plans. And physically we get create and courage. So this is an internal bravery, internal courage. They really want to create in the world. They want to step into service. So they're looking for their outlet, their gifts, their talents, their ability. They want to be more disciplined is what I'm getting from this. They want to have more personal discipline, not such socializing isn't going to be their hobby going forward. They really want to channel all that awesome into potency, into the world. They want to be divinely guided. They want to have a grander purpose. This is such a beautiful message that they want to know what they're here for, the meaning of their life, what they're here to contribute. They want to make a difference. They want to create amazing things. They want to tap into the bravery. They want to expand their capacity. They want to be multidimensional with the arms there. They want to have a reach into the world. They know it starts within them. Beautiful. What were the Divine Feminine's New Year like? What can we see, Divine Creator, for Divine Feminines? Okay, so for many, we got the Five of Cups, which is a grief card, a mourning card, and the neutral. So Divine Feminines were really going across the threshold of the new year, looking at neutralizing energy, not being upset about not being with their divine counterpart, but seeing the value, the sovereignty, the solitude, seeker of crystals, and this kindness. I'm just really getting that there is this sense that the divine feminines know that the divine masculines are going through this catalytic change in their lives. And so they were thinking with this crystal ball, divine feminines definitely thinking of the divine masculines with just kindness in their heart. It really feels like this organic boundary is being found of sovereignty, where it's not about rejection, it's all just part of the process. But divine feminines are curiously on looking at what may happen next. So what were the divine feminines' emotional experiences like? Patience, yeah. There's a sense of this solitude, being out there in the sea ice. So much space, there's an echo. It just feels like divine feminines were feeling that expansive astral plane, really getting with the masculines here with all these grid lines, the ley lines, the universal, the intangible, the metaphysical. And here the feminines are in this icy solitude in the physical, feeling the expanse of the physical realm, and the masculines are beginning to feel the expanse of the energetic realm in a new way. There's an embodiment and a grounding for both. The masculines are going through that emotional barrier where they're expanding into their consciousness, their energetic consciousness, and feminines are expanding into the physical world. Okay, what can we see for the feminines on the conscious mind? Transform in the reverse, so they know this transformation is underfoot, I just heard. And we also got surrender. Surrender the emotionality. I'm getting that the feminines did not fear the storm that they might be feeling. All the divine feminines picked up on something from their divine counterpart. I mean, they love you, divine masculine, so they're going to be tuning in, but they've surrendered the emotions regarding connection right now because they know everybody needs a recharge. And that every time we have these spacious moments in the journey. It is so there can be a replenishment of self, so the two can come back even more beautifully together. What can we see for the physical realm? Yeah, the struggle fell over onto the divine masculine. So the divine feminines really are neutralizing this idea that there's been loss, and more just saying Godspeed, divine masculines, to overcome your struggle. The divine feminines recognize that the struggle in these connections for divine masculines to come forward is not necessarily rejection of the feminine. It is trying to overcome this insurmountable 3D problem. If we are not looking at things energetically, the 3D things seem to pile up. They don't make sense. When we shift to an energetic perspective, we understand how to move things in the right direction and alleviate the suffering and the struggle. So divine feminines know that is what is going on with the divine masculines. Okay, now I have some really different questions. I made a list. When I was doing the pre-shuffle, a whole different set came through. So I'm going to shuffle and see, what did the divine masculines think of 2022 in context of this connection? Oh, 1122 I just saw. What were their thoughts of what 2022 did in this connection, and of you, divine feminine? So divine masculines, what were you thinking about this connection and your feminine? What did you learn from 2022 and this connection with your feminine? What regrets do you have regarding your divine counterpart? And in your life in general, what goals have you set, divine masculines, for yourself and for this connection? And what would divine masculines say to the divine feminines? And what are the divine masculines doing next, based on what they have understood about 2022 and going forward? Okay. All right, conscious mind, or what did they think of 2022 for this connection? Oh, we get the Sun, and there's the Queen of Cups showing up again. So they've seen this unconditional love illuminated. They've actually seen how you are once in a lifetime divine feminine, one in a million, however you want to look at it. They've seen that you have become closer to them than anyone, closer to their idea of love. They've really appreciated how much unconditional love they've given, and they really do know that that is a generosity that is unheard of in the rest of their lives. Everyone has an opinion, but you, divine feminine, have loved them regardless. Doesn't mean that you think they've reached their potential, but divine masculines know that you see accurately, and they see that this connection is based in truth. They may not have been able to access that truth fully at this point, but they do see that you see the truth of this connection. They do know there's much more going on than the material realm would indicate. They're starting to realize it's not too good to be true, so this is one of the things they'd say to you. That they are seeing that you are wise, that you do know what you're talking about. You didn't fall in love prematurely. Do you even see me that way in the reverse? It's starting to sink in that, yep, you do see them that way, divine feminine. Okay, what do the divine masculines think of you in 2022, divine feminine? The Emperor in the reverse and loss. Yeah, they feel like they have been caught between trying to control this and being completely out of control regarding you, and it's just sort of humbling them. This horse looks so humble and exhausted and at its wit's end about struggling to control the situation. They feel, the divine masculines feel, that you, divine feminine, have been the perfect person to obliterate control issues. Whatever it is that they've tried to do in these connections, they are not more stubborn than God. They are not more capable than God. It's a very ego death, humbling connection, because they can't make it happen when it's not supposed to, and they can't stop it from happening when it is. They're learning so much about manifestation in accordance with the universe because of this, because this is the connection they cannot force one way or the other if it's not in higher alignment. This is a really interesting close-up look at true manifestation in the scope of the eternal energies, which is love. When we find actual love, we cannot force it to happen when it's not time. We cannot stop it from happening when it is. I can't even look at you right now. Right. This is all sinking in so deeply, just how out of their control this connection is. The 5 here is for change. There is a change coming in. They are very much in the thick. This is the grief too. There's a 5 on this grieving card, 5 of Cups. So yeah, they are completely pulled apart, pulled away at this time from these connections. It's that internal manifestation. They now know it's not about the external, it's about alignment. So whether they know about the twin flame journey or what's going on here, they do know that they can't focus directly on you until they focus within. What have they learned from this connection or because of this connection in 2022? That there is a higher love, that there is a broader understanding, that there is a purpose-filled path. Ace of Wands in the reverse, that there is something more for them. This connection in 2022 has caused the divine masculines to rethink the meaning of life, remove themselves from the 3D material realm paradigms, and to absolutely seek a higher, more idealistic existence. The Hermit in the reverse. The Hermit always meditates on that destined path. This Hermit is at the edge of a cliff like the Fool with the staff of alignment. In the reverse, they know they want to go towards something. They don't fully know what that is yet. In 2022, they've learned not to make assumptions. It's the Alice in Wonderland energy. I think in 2021, I got that a lot for the divine feminines and divine masculines. What is big is small and small is big. What you thought was love was karmic, and what you thought was karmic is love. What you thought was intense was love, and what you thought was love was drama. So there is this switching of the energy where it's cool to be an idealist now. Imagine John Lennon coming in. So there is this torchbearers of the new earth kind of vibe coming in, where without the spiritual energetic aspect, the masculines are just ships lost at sea, I heard. With this Hermit in the reverse, there's a groundlessness regarding the destined path. So they are realizing they must include this more sincere, heartfelt maturation towards purpose. I need time for me, they're saying. So yes, spreading themselves too thin with things of escapism, being overly social, many hobbies, dabbling in things just to fill time. Divine masculines are realizing they've been saying yes to too many people, doing too many things that are fluff, and they need time for them. So divine feminines, if your divine masculine doesn't have the capacity for you, it means they don't have the time for themselves. That's a really interesting mirrored thing here. So divine masculines, yes, take the time for you. What have the divine masculines learned directly from you, divine feminine? Justice and internal progress. The scales of justice, this is the yin yang. They've seen an example in their divine counterpart that has sharpened their thoughts on what true progress, what next level life is like, time and time again. So this whole year, 2022, that is a balancing act. That is a look at where they've been too activated, where they haven't been activated enough. It's this yin-yang energy, but there is a disconnect with the yin-yang in this card, this justice card. So they know there is hope here, but they are seeing how far they really are from true connection, from having those pieces of the puzzle click together. They know that they've got some thoughts to change, some mindset to shift within. So they've learned that from you. They've learned that their way isn't just the right way. You have taught them a thing or two because you are so unique and unusual, divine feminine. So divine masculine, thank you for expanding and seeing and allowing the example of your feminine to support you that way. Yeah, secretly they knew this from the beginning. I just heard this is the two shall be left standing, two of swords. So they are going to pick up your truth and their truth. Divine masculines, you do know what you're up to, you cheeky monkeys. So yeah, divine masculines are specializing in this at a distance, I just heard. So if there is spaciousness or distance in your connection, they know that it's not necessarily a bad thing. They do trust that the love was here from the first moments, and that this is the balancing of the scales. They do understand the timing of this, and they do feel it's like a grace. So even though they do call the shots sometimes with the yes or no regarding the timing and seem to have the final say, they are also working on that puzzle of balancing out the mind and the emotions regarding it. Mostly the logic, the rationale, the grounded understanding of why the timing isn't necessarily right at certain points. And what would they say? Have I lost everything? Yeah, they sometimes have panic moments as well, because they do try to control the situation. If they're in imbalance, they do control the situation too much. If they're in imbalance, they give up the control and say, whatever will be, when they shouldn't be doing that. So divine masculines, if anything, they have wondered if they've actually lost you. But they've been learning a lot about timing, about the perception. It's almost like they have been dangling the carrot in front of their own faces, knowing they're doing it, and yet still carrying on with that science experiment, because intuition is saying stay with it a little longer. But their ego is saying, did I lose everything? What are the regrets that they may have had in 2022 in their own lives? Okay, not manifesting more kindness, not being where they're on the verge of getting to sooner. Literally the magician in the reverse. So possibly manipulating things in little ways. They regret saying no when they meant yes, and yes when they meant no. Take that how it resonates. Yeah, this hot and cold ghosting, they're outgrowing the fickle energy, and so their eyes have been open to when things come out of their mouth that are contrary to what they actually meant. They do regret not doing anything about it when they saw that happening. But they do know that this is contributing to more balance coming in. What would they say? Happiness is my priority. So at this stage of the journey, many in 2022, even though they saw they could have said yes when they meant yes and no when they meant no, they're also forgiving themselves that they weren't strong enough to do that. And they're making mental note to self to do it better in the future. What regret do they have specifically with you, Divine Feminine? Two of Pentacles, Lord of Harmonious Change. They regret not being able to change alongside with you in more close proximity. Wheel of Fortune, they regret not asking for divine assistance to do this sooner. So they're playing around with this idea of free will versus divine will, and learning that when they actually activate in alignment with love and divine will, that it does come in faster. But they regret not pulling that call a divine creator card. I was thinking, who wants to be a millionaire? That one. So money worries, or wanting to do it on their own without you included. There is some ego there that the divine masculines still want to win the game and say they did it their way on their own, but they do have a regret they haven't called you as that friend at times, Divine Feminine. So it's this edge walking. They know that they could ask for divine assistance to connect sometimes, and then they also are struggling with wanting to see their own capacity without a partner, because this is a sovereign journey of mastery. They want to get to that place too. Yeah, they're not quite ready to take that leap of faith yet, and so it isn't a surprise that divine intervention has been just outside of grasp. And please give me time. I've never felt this way before. Exactly. They know they could leap. They know they could ask for divine intervention, but it's baby steps. They're just learning how to balance out this new revelation of the way energy works, of the nature of reality. And they need a little bit more time because they are sincerely feeling this new way about you, about life, about spirituality, energetics, what have you. So what do they regret specifically? Oh, that was about Divine Feminine. Okay, what goals did they set for self? So Divine Masculine, what goals have you set for self? Energetic victory, to be more impeccable regarding the energetics, telepathy, discernment, navigation through dropping in and knowing rather than guesswork or experimenting or winging it or going against intuition. They really have set this goal to be impeccable with what they're picking up on, and to only say yes when they mean yes and no when they mean no. So yeah, they know that they have not been balanced regarding money. Look at how stressed that king is regarding the pentacle there, the worry of the material realm, commitment. That's in the reverse here because they know that they don't have to have this skeptical or stressed out relationship to intimacy and to money and to material realm and connection if they drop in and trust this intuitive understanding of what they're getting. You make my heart full. So your love has been helping them, divine feminines, see what is true and what isn't. Even if they haven't been able to say it or to talk about it, and they're still deep in their own processing of this, you make their heart full, but they can't make you that band-aid. They have to allow this process to happen and change them from the inside out, specifically about their own wholeness, their own ability to have financial abundance, freedom, I heard, from the stress associated. They can't come forward and play and meet you on that level of equality if they've got these imbalances or stressors about it. So some may be financially abundant but stressed about it and in scarcity, and some may not have their material realm organized or balanced out the way they have thought they needed to. What are the goals they've set towards you, divine feminine? 10 of Cups and Mother of Pentacles. So there's the Queen of Pentacles with this. They want you to be their partner in every single way, possibly children, passion projects, innovation. They literally want to have victory because you are the most aligned partner they could imagine. Lord of perfected success. So they have set this goal that in 2023 they want to have perfected success regarding this connection. This is still sinking in. It's dawned on them, and now they're asking for instruction. They know they need to rest on this. They know they need to sleep on it. They know that now that they want this with all of their heart. I'm just hearing the divine say, believe it, divine feminines. Get about your business and just know you deserve love like this. So let it sink in, all twins, divine masculines, divine feminines. Just let this be a deep internal support. Then we get, I left because you told me to. So divine masculines, there's a little bit about divine feminines, you coming into your own, some regarding children, also with the Pentacles, this is living situation, it might be new homes, anything where you are creating creature comforts on your own. Divine masculines are saying that energetically they do recognize that it wasn't time yet, that your life in some way, divine feminine, has not established to the fullest so that you could meet this counterpart in the energy that you know this holds, the potential it holds. I was actually getting ready for this reading and a song came to me. I'm not going to sing it, but it was literally like a prayer or some kind of a song that was talking about we can't expect the love that we desire from someone to come to us if our life is not in a receptive place on all levels. Just because we want it in the energetic realms does not mean that it is actually accessible. It does not mean that there still aren't very real things, practical things that need to be done in order for the love to be able to be there and play freely to its full potential. So this is something that the masculines are so sensitive to in these connections. Sometimes divine masculines, you get a bad rap for being skittish or fickle or hot and cold, but I think you are incredible sensitive beings who cannot allow yourselves to energetically come forward if you're getting a no. For whatever reason. We may not have all the answers as to why those no's sometimes are there, but the energy is saying, in the name of unconditional love, with the infinity symbol 8 here, even though there is a desire for everything with the divine counterpart, divine masculines got the cue that there needed to be more time. What are the things that the divine masculine would like to say to the divine feminine at this time? The moon and the devil, the ruler of flux and reflux, the illusion of time. This is the lunar cycle and it's the feminine clock. So divine masculines would like to say that they recognize you're on a different time frame than they are, and that that's part of the alchemy of the twins. Here's the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse now, like the King of Pentacles. So they do recognize that you're also having to balance certain things out, even beyond what you might be aware of, Divine Feminines, because there is a cosmic thing playing out here. So they'd like to say that sometimes it feels like limitation, sometimes it feels like frustration, sometimes it feels like it's an originating energy from you with impatience, Divine Feminine. So they want you to come into more balance in your own, to self-soothe more deeply. They're working on that as well. Befriending the energy, working with the energy, and not making the feminine and the masculine at odds. So the masculines are seeing here that the feminine energy is on a different time clock, and it's not to be taken personally from their side of it regarding the feminine, that they're seeing that it takes this alchemy. And then we're getting the on card. It says no when it's in the upright, but I do feel like it's that's more of the illusion. When we think that it's not happening, there is all this alchemy going on under the surface. So the masculines would like to say that they know that. But you already know this too. They know that you know this, Divine Feminines. So they just want to say, remember that. And then what are the Divine Masculines dealing with next in their lives? Oh, Two of Swords and the Father of Pentacles in the upright. Isn't that super cool? We just got the King and Queen of Pentacles in that kind of syncopated reverse and upright. But here is the card of removing the blockages. So Divine Masculines are going to unblock energetically or in the physical. They are going to come forward when they gather this higher truth, when they balance out their perspective on money, commitment. When they feel they can come forward, they will come forward. There are solutions to be had here. So obviously, Divine Feminines, take care of self and really honor the things you need to be accountable for in every way, because Divine Masculines are going to choose their truth. They are going to choose their heart. And I will say it again, these divine connections are a perfected work. They are not of earthly origin. They are of divine will, and the divine does not start anything that is not completed in perfection. Love is where it's at, everybody, and Divine Masculines are getting there. This pentacle is looking like the sun shining out. And so this enlightenment is being downloaded through these rainbow antennae to that clarity. Divine Masculines are looking to the future with anticipation for these connections. Let's get a card for everybody who watched this regarding the unions coming forward. Stabilization, transmutation, and reprogramming. Also freedom, sensitivity, beauty, sensuality, and simultaneity, nonlinear processing, and epiphany. So everybody is stabilizing this, and everyone's claiming their freedom and their sovereignty. So we are on track. Oh, and I am seeing my card of ceremony. So if you haven't, and journey, oh wow, and spiritual sovereignty. So if you haven't done a ceremony to really take accountability for your own energy fully, to leave the past in the past, to purge everything with guilt and shame connected to it, write it out on paper. So I'll say it again, everything that you have ever had done to you, everything you've witnessed, everything you have done to others that has to do with guilt and shame, write it out and burn it, mulch it in water, do whatever you need to do. Get it out of yourself. Have this ceremony. Start fresh. There is so much merit in that. And then just open up to following your heart. When we get all that junk out of there, we can hear our heart again. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.